Well, good morning. It's Friday morning, second day out here. It's a beautiful day. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, just a little bit overcast. It's going to be sunny and just another good day for camping. Tonight may not be the same. I hear it's going to rain a little bit, but TP will take care of me. Anyway, I thought we'd talk today about cheap family camping. A lot of people are just starting out. They want to go camping, want to get out in the outdoors, and they get on the internet and all they see is bushcrafting this, bushcrafting that, laying under a tarp, heating up. I can't help but laugh every time I think about heating up some beans and some Spam. But anyway, if you want to get into camping as a family and you've never done it before, you know, there's an expensive way and a cheap way. I like the cheap way. So, you know, the first thing we ought to talk about probably is your tent. Now, there's all kinds of tents out there. Coleman, they make some expensive ones. They're a lot more expensive ones even on the European market. I go with Ozark Trail. I've had 3 of them. They're good tents. They're cheaper. They're Walmart. But you know, if you take care of them, they will last you for a lifetime. I've had 3, and like I say, I gave 1 to my son. I keep 1 for a spare in case something happens to the TP. It always comes with me. It's a little, it says 4-man tent. You know it's a 2-man tent, but anyway, that's where I'd go with that. As far as your tables, your chairs, all your canvas, Ozark Trail is probably going to be just as good as anybody else. They're not as expensive as Coleman, but I really can't tell the difference. I mean, my cot feels the same as my cousin's Coleman cot. Mine says Ozark Trail on it. Feels the same, looks the same, and I get just as much sleep on it. So that's what I do. When you're looking for a tent, I would look for the number of people that you're going to have in your group. So if you're a family of 4, don't get a 4-man tent. They lie to you on that box. What you need to do is take your family and just lay down on the living room floor. Okay, how you feel like you're going to sleep when you get out into the woods or to your campground, wherever you go. But see how much room it's going to take, and then measure that area. And if it's going to be 10 feet by 10 feet, then that's a size tent you look for. When they tell you it's a 2-man tent, that means 2 men sleep shoulder to shoulder. 4-man tent means 2 men sleep shoulder to shoulder. 1 man sleeps up over the top. 1 man sleeps down below. Woe be unto the poor son of a gun has to get up in the middle of the night and take care of nature's call. So make sure you have enough room for everybody. When you get your coolers and everything else, again, Ozark Trail doesn't make those, but you know, I go with Igloo on those. The work drink coolers like you see on the sides of trucks, Home Depot's got them, and they were $29.95. Well, I waited around, lurked about the premises, if you might say, and I found them on sale for $14.95 one day. So I snatched one up. And I've got a Igloo 60 quart that's on wheels, you know, the kind that looks like a suitcase. You can drag it behind you. Again, I found that on sale right at the end of the season for about 15 bucks. I snatched it up. And it's pretty much the way you want to get all of your camping gear, is find it on sale, find it cheap, find out who's got it. Ask around. A lot of times you'll be able to find this stuff at garage sales too. You know, your lanterns, your lights, your flashlights, and you can never have enough light. You know, that's one thing you can never have, especially if you've got kids. They're going to be wanting to run to the John, you know, gotta go bathroom, mommy. Not a problem. Here's a flashlight. Go behind the tent, unless they have a public restroom up there. So plenty of light. Now, I'm jumping around a little bit, but I don't ever work off the script anyway. But another thing that you're going to see in a lot of my videos about camping is soft drink bottles, Pepsi bottles, all kinds of plastic bottles that you can save, and not only for drinking. When I'm done with them, I save them. When I get ready to go camping, take these little drink packets and you drop that in there, and then you throw it in the freezer. Then when you get ready to go, you put about a layer of these in the bottom of your cooler, put your food on top of that, another layer. You have plenty to drink, plenty for the kids, and they love this, by the way. You know, they've got their favorite little frozen drink they can carry around with them all day, and they'll be putting water on top of what they drink up, and before you know it, they'll have had their 8 glasses of water and they won't even know it. So it's healthy for the kids and it's good for you, and besides that, when it melts, it keeps the mess out of the bottom of your cooler. So that doesn't get into your hamburger and then make your water all murky and then ruin other things too. So you can do that with those bottles. I freeze plastic coffee cans, the smaller ones, and I freeze half-gallon vinegar jugs. You know, anything to make ice. In my Igloo drink cooler, there's a gallon vinegar jug inside of that. Pour the water around that, threw some beer cans on top of it. You know what? I'm going to have cold beer, I'm going to have cold water until Sunday when I leave here, and I got here Thursday afternoon. So you won't see me making an ice run. Ice around here, if you buy it at the campsite, you're not going to get very much ice. You're going to get a little bitty baggie, and they're going to charge you about $3 to $4 for it. You know, these things, they didn't cost me $3 to $4 when I got them. I drank the Pepsi, and then I got to fill them up, use them for ice, and I put cold drink stuff in them. So, you know, they're serving their purpose over and over and over. You'll want to talk about food when you go out there now. I looked around. Everybody loves bacon and eggs in the morning, so yep. That's a tradition. You got to have it. Bacon, eggs, and coffee over a campfire just can't be beat. Lunchtime, you want to do something light. I like to do pasta salads. I like to do sandwiches, bologna sandwiches. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it goes well out here. Hot dogs. So, again, do that on the cheap. You know how to shop for groceries. Now, for your evening meals, a lot of people like to have something a little more substantial. And I looked at several of these survival places, Wise Foods, and I can't remember the other two, and looked at their meals, decided to try Wise, and they put out a pretty good little packet. But one packet now will feed one person well, or it'll get 2 people by for about $6. Now, you can slide right on down to Walmart or Hy-Vee or whatever and pick up these little add water pasta packs or all kinds of stuff. Rice, just add water, throw it in there. Mashed potatoes, just add water, throw it in there, and that'll feed 3 people really well for $1. That's camping on the cheap. As far as firewood, a lot of campsites won't let you bring your own wood. Now, there's a reason for that, because there's a lot of times some pests that will get into the trees and they'll damage the wood and just cause havoc throughout anybody's forest. So these campsites won't let you bring in wood from the outside unless it's processed wood. And they'll charge down there. You get like 10 little sticks of wood, enough for one campfire, for $5. But you know, if you go around grocery stores, big box stores and places like that, and ask them, hey, if you got a pallet that I can have, most of the time they'll give them to you. and you take a pallet and break that thing apart, and that'll get you through 3 fires. That'll get you through a breakfast just using some of the slats, and not too many of those. And then of course your evening campfire. So 2 pallets, that'll get you through Friday night and Saturday night. You're probably going to pack up and go home Sunday, so that's going to be a good thing. So think about that. Like I say, camping on the cheap, it's still a lot of fun, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. So I'm going to leave you, and we'll talk a little bit later. I'll come back with another video a little later this evening. Maybe we'll sit in the tent and chat in the rain. Have a good day, and like and subscribe my page.